Hello.
Wow. Hello.
Hello. Welcome, Veronica.
Welcome, Harrison.
Welcome to you all. This is episode 88 of the NgoVo Convo podcast, where two stupids make a hype.
Right.
That's right, hype. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I'm one of your hosts, Harrison No. And I'm joined by Veronica Vo, and she's right over there to my whatever
He's that
direction.
way.
Just check on YouTube.
Yeah. Whatever directions.
Yeah. But if you're new here, we just both want an excuse to talk about anything that ranges from anime to comics. And really just to clean up our backlog, to be honest. And it's never ending.
It's never ending.
But some would say we're conversing.
Wow. Like NgoVo Convo. NgoVo Convo. Logos above Harrison's head.
Right over there.
Just that way? This way?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
no, that
yes.
way.
You're right.
Yeah,
Don't worry
I was
about
right.
it, I think.
Pointing's hard. Directions are hard.
But like we said, conversing, right? Because you can watch
yeah.
every episode on youtube.com or to listen to it as a podcast by searching up NgoVo Convo on your podcast service of choice.
Wow. 10 different platforms.
10 plus.
10 different
Damn it.
jazz hands.
Oh my god.
I hope you
But
all
in this
know what that
episode,
is.
if you haven't figured it out by clicking on the video or seeing the thumbnail or the
Just
highlight
everything.
title,
Yeah.
everything.
You know.
We're going to be talking about Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure, because the title is long. Yeah, 1,000-Year Blood War. All
Yeah.
right. Essentially, we're returning back because it's been on how long of a break at this point?
Wasn't it on like a 9-year break?
Yeah, something like that. Hold on. Bleach.
I think it was 9 years, right? You've been waiting for a long time.
Oh,
My
yes.
fiance has been waiting for a
Oh,
long time.
yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, because I think the anime stopped 20... Hold on. Wait, that's confusing.
Oh no.
No, because it's showing Blood War now, right? So it's like technically it's starting
so
back
not
up.
showing- yeah.
But I think it was like 2009 or something. I don't know, something like that. 2010.
Something like that, right?
Something like that. But don't worry about it. It's been a while. But now we're talking about the new season that came back.
Yes.
But came back and finished like a couple months ago.
Yeah, we had scheduling issues.
Yes. So if you
I
saw
think both
Chainsaw
of our
Man,
faults because we were
it's the holiday. It was kind of
it was the
long.
holidays and yeah.
Kind of messed up on that one. But
Yeah.
regardless, we're talking about
We're
spoilers.
back.
We're back.
We're here.
Finally turning this around because we reacted to the trailer and I was like, wait, why haven't we actually talked about this? So we will now.
Now, yeah, shh. We don't talk about our mistakes.
But you haven't finished the season for some series or season
Season one.
Yeah.
Season one.
You haven't finished this for some reason. It is on Hulu,
Yes.
not Crunchyroll.
Not
'Cause
Crunchyroll.
Disney. This is the first one of the few animes that Disney bought out. So it's
Is
Hulu
licensing.
for licensing. So it's gonna be on Hulu for the US, but Disney Plus worldwide or
Yeah.
everywhere else essentially.
And it's confusing because Disney does not have any authority with the studio.
Nope.
So this is all like from Japan. They have like the studio has the authority to do anything that they want. Studio Pierrot.
They literally like Disney
They
is
just
literally just
own like dropping
the
it.
streaming.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, the
the
streaming.
streaming part. That's it.
So that's all. So that's like the only reason why Disney's name is even in
Yeah.
Bleach's
It's
like
weird.
area. It's weird. Yeah. It's all
It's
very
weird
weird.
anime. But
Yeah.
if you haven't watched it, go watch that really quick. Like
Yeah.
this video, save it for later. Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
13 episodes. You can watch in a weekend.
Super quick.
Yeah,
It went by
real-
quick. It went by
Yeah, it
real
did.
quick.
It was hype
It was hype.
all
But-
around.
Before getting into that, I just want to remind everyone that we are sponsored by Anchor. But we'll get into that later. But right now, Veronica,
Harrison?
we're going to talk non-spoilers really
Okay.
quick. How'd you feel about this?
So I actually binge watched Bleach, all 300 some odd episodes in like 2 weeks during the pandemic. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was,
Yep.
yeah, I know. So I was really excited because after I binge watched it, I actually read this final arc and I finished it
I'm proud of you.
before Harrison.
I haven't even finished. I'm going to be
He
honest. I
hasn't
didn't
even
even finish
finished.
it because if you hear a train, that's on my side. But I haven't even finished it, mainly because when it was running, because it's done now, but when
Yeah.
it was being released weekly, it got really annoying to the point where I was like, I could tell he was trying to tie all the loose ends, but it was just taking a long time.
Yeah.
So at the time, I've said this story before, but essentially I was like, all right, I'm just going to wait because it's the last arc. It'll be done soon.
Yeah,
It'll be done like in a year or so.
soon.
It's not that bad.
It was like 5 years,
5
right?
years passed.
Yeah. It's about 5
Essentially,
years.
the entire time we were in college, it finished once we finished college.
Yeah. It was crazy.
Yes.
It was... This is like a very intense final arc.
Yes.
Hence the name 1,000-Year Blood War.
But I have seen, so I will say I have seen everything that they've depicted. I'm still further along than that. So I knew everything that was happening on this one.
Yeah.
So.
No, I was very excited. And like Studio Pierrot is actually the original studio that animated Bleach a long time ago. So they came back and did that. And they'll continue because they broke this arc up into 4 seasons.
Season 1's done.
Season 1's done.
Yep.
So yeah, I've heard rumors that season 2 is supposed to come out next year sometime. So I think it's 1 season a year, probably.
So it's gonna take as long as I waited.
Hey, it's fine. Oh, it's fine.
Cool. But overall, you liked it?
Overall, animation was really good. It was like top.
It's almost like they had practice from like Black Clover.
Yes, that's probably why Black Clover stopped for a little bit.
100%, that's why.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
No, animation was really good. It was so nice to hear the music. Everything was just so good.
All the voice actors came back.
All the original voice actors came back.
Or
almost, I think.
At least for we watched it subbed. I can't speak for dubbed.
Yeah.
I know for sure.
I think dub Ichigo's
I know
American
most of them.
English voice actor was back.
Yes, Johnny Blanche came back.
Yeah.
I knew most of the main cast came back.
Yeah. No, I was excited.
Oh,
this was probably like my most anticipated one for fall of 2022.
Yes, 100% was mine.
And I know you and my fiance, you two have been friends for a very long time, and you two have been waiting. He's been waiting for this way longer than I think the both of us combined. So.
No, me and him were probably waiting about the same amount.
Yeah, probably the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because this is the one manga where I read consistently. Back then.
Him too.
The one.
Manga he read.
He probably finished it. I didn't
finish it.
Yeah, I didn't finish it because I got tired of waiting.
Yeah.
Actually, it's his fault because I started watching anime because of him. So.
Sorry.
I took a pause.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
it was really good. Probably one of my favorite fall animes.
Yeah, and I think one thing I want to point out is Bleach is also it was one of the big 3 that was notorious for having a lot of filler stuff back then because they were known to be weekly. This is the best pacing we've had in a long time. Like, it's been all consistent. They moved some stuff around, of course, but it stuck with the manga so well. A lot. Like, yes.
I think Kibo, the creator, he worked really closely with the studio again.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because he's trying to wrap everything up in the anime. So the anime is more canon than the manga.
It's going to be tighter from what I can tell. And it feels like it already. Because the amount of chapters we blew through was like insane.
I know. In 13 episodes. It's crazy. Yeah.
Essentially, because the season is kind of broken into 2 parts, and we'll get into that into the spoiler section. Yeah, but
a little bit.
Yeah, or kind of.
How about you, Harrison?
I love this. I love this so much. Music, it felt so nostalgic, like seeing everything.
I bet. Yeah.
And it was like the weird. Oh my god! Like I would watch it with my wife, and this is the one that she didn't really stick with as much. She was a One Piece. She stuck with One Piece and Naruto. I stuck with Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah.
I dropped One Piece faster. I watched the other 2. No, I loved every bit of it. This was great. I think the animation was top tier. It was weird seeing it. I was like, oh, it's like nothing changed. But if you go back, but they did show back. Like the cool part was they showed older stuff.
Or they fixed it.
Yeah, they either fixed it, but most of the time they kept the original like clips.
Yeah.
But cleaned up a little bit. But it was like the same animations, like nothing changed whenever they referred to certain characters. And they kind of they gave a recap or quick like, this is this person, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
But not even
It's
explaining.
crazy.
It's just kind of like a flashback type deal, right? So it was really cool. That was so good, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy
happy it's
that
back.
Bleach is finally just getting its time to shine because Naruto's done. One Piece is going on for forever, but it's like cool.
But you're reading it. So.
Because I hate when people are like, "Oh, what's the next big 3?" I'm like, "There's none. There's just
There's
the one."
none.
You guys don't
This is
understand.
it.
This is me having like my old millennial boomer moment where I'm like, "No, there's a reason why it's the big 3, and that's it. There's no new big 3."
There's no new gen big 3.
No.
There's nothing.
You can say
There's
there's like popular ones because there's just so many
Yeah.
now, but this is
Yeah.
the big 3 because they were always consistently top 3, no matter what.
Oh, and it still is. They still are.
Is.
Still is. Still are. Still will be.
But it's good. I recommend it. It's so fun, especially for those that have been waiting or only watch anime. This is great.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think anyone that because you
Top tier animation. I
you
think.
and my boss like actually watched it recently, right? And even he liked it, and he was like, "Oh, this is really cool," and he got all in, and you got all in. I was like, "Perfect."
It's great. It's just great.
Yeah. Well, any other thoughts before we go into into spoilers?
No, people thought Mappa Studio took this, but they didn't.
Nope. I
They
think
didn't.
that's why Studio Pierre. I can't ever say Pierre.
Pierre, I think.
Pierre.
Piero.
I always forget.
I always want to say parrot.
I do too, and it's not it. But
It's not parrot. It's Piero. I think.
Pero. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I think that's why they dropped Black Clover so fast because like no,
Oh yeah.
we have to do this. I'm like yes,
Yeah.
they do. Has to be them. And they did.
And they did it. They
did it
so
well. They pulled on my heartstrings and made me tear up the entire way. It's beautiful, and it's much
All the
darker.
way.
I will say this is
Yes.
much darker.
A
It's finally
lot
hit that
darker.
point. It's great. But if you got nothing else,
I got nothing else.
then we're gonna take a quick break to talk about our sponsors.
On today's episode, we are sponsored by Anchor. It is a free podcast hosting service that we actually use. We've been using Anchor since we've started the podcast. It's because there are creation tools that allow us to record and edit the podcast right from our phones and computers. A huge plus for us is that Anchor would distribute our podcast to all platforms such as Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and many more. It really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one spot. Please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm, anchor.fm to get started.
And we're back.
Oh, wow.
Did you get your water?
Break.
Good. Me too.
Me too.
Because we're gonna
Talk about Stanley Cup. No, I'm just kidding.
talk about Gojo.
Sponsor us.
No, I'm just kidding. Or are we?
We could.
Stop.
Just kidding.
Damn. All right. I know it's broken up into 2, right? Or kind of 3, but essentially
It's
it's like
kind of 3, but I would say
introducing-
2.
Yeah.
I would say 2.
okay, because it's kind of introducing reintroducing characters, reintroducing everyone to Earth thing.
Yes.
But hold on, I gotta pull up names because the new guys, their names are so hard. Like-
They're Germans. That's why.
Yeah.
They're German names.
No, it's great,
Yeah.
but I also hate it. But I guess just to start off, were you surprised with how they honestly just jumped in, right?
Oh,
With
they
the whole
just
plot?
went right in.
They just went right in. I loved it.
No, episode 1, I thought they were going to relax episode 1. Coming back, I was like, oh, this is going to be like a recap of the series, like reintroducing everyone again. They're going to have a nice time. No, that did not happen.
Nope.
Ichigo went right into fighting, and I was like, oh no, this is how they're going to do it. Like, so I was just like, wow, I honestly, like, reading this and knowing what's going to happen, I still had no expectations. Like, I didn't know which direction they were going to go. But as soon as that opening montage and, like, the music and everything, everyone, like, coming into fight, I was like, okay, they're going in hard.
Beautiful.
They're
Beautiful.
just going in. But yeah, that first episode was pretty really good in the sense of like it captured like everyone's powers. The music they used old music from the
Yes.
old series
It
too.
did.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But yeah, I think it's just and the Soul Society just going into shit.
See, I think that's what was so fun about Bleach was, and I think most people would say the Soul Society like arc or the rescue arc and all that was fun
arc.
because we sat in Soul Society a lot, right? That was the fun part of seeing it. Like it was fine seeing like Ichigo as like the substitute.
Yeah.
During the whole.
Well, and plus the Soul Society, that's like the bulk of like of Ichigo,
yes.
you know, and like where everyone is fighting. So I think it was really cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was cool, and we even got to see Hueco Mundo.
Again.
It was again. It was just nice to go. Honestly, if you read the manga, it's like there wasn't like a whole like nostalgia because it kept going, right?
Oh yeah,
there was no huge break like we had with like years on years break with this.
Yeah.
So I think there's way more impact, and it just felt more just super nostalgic just to see everything.
Oh no, 100%.
All right, so.
Oh, I see. We're going in,
and how'd you feel with the invasion with the Quincy and how they were depicted?
I thought it was really cool. They were like, I think out of all the villains, they were the most nasty because they were they did not give a shit what was gonna happen in any world. And I thought that was great. I was like, yes, please, people die. I just want to see people die.
Good, because not good, but
not
good segue. Because I was gonna say, who was the unexpected casualty?
You mean the old man?
Okay, that's yours, right? Okay, mine.
Yeah,
too,
the old man was mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, mine too. And it's been a while. I knew it was gonna happen. It's just
for a while. You also didn't see it coming.
No, I actually kind of did. But it was fun to watch my wife watch. And she was like, oh, because it was like, you finally get to see his powers. It was nice how they kind of intertwine like past stuff or flashbacks in a way.
And like history of everyone.
So much history. But they cut it down really well. Because I think in the manga, they had to give a lot more. They took a bit more time. But
they did. Yeah.
I think right. Like they took a whole chapter. For instance.
Whole chapter. Yeah. I thought his death was. It wasn't a surprise, but like it's been a while since I've read that, almost 2 years. So I was like, oh my god. But the way they animated, because he's like a fire power person basically, and it was so pretty. And I was just like, this is nice.
And now he's dead.
But you know what the great part was? The original 13, that, when they snippet, like, the animation for that, the original 13, that was anime canon. Because we did not see
there was none of that.
Their faces. There's none of that in the manga.
Yeah.
And people were flipping shit over the original 13.
Because they were so cool.
Because they were so cool. But I'm hoping you have another death, because there's another one.
It was really between the two. It was like the first captain or Captain. I forget. I keep getting
first captain, yeah.
I'm getting everything confused by like all these animes now. But Byakuya, did you see? Dude, that's the one I forgot.
No, yeah, that was a crazy one.
But then he did die. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, that's up in the air, right?
That's up in the air, I think.
Because I've heard that moment when they showed him like talking to Ichigo and like giving his like last wish and everything, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But then jumping forward to the end, they reveal like a lot of people got saved too at the same time.
Yeah, they did.
So I was like, oh, okay. So the really big loss was actually like the first captain. Or the commander? I keep saying captain, but he's commander, right?
Commander.
Because it's like the 1. Or Division 1. So.
No, yeah.
Yamamoto's so cool. That's the thing.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He fought with one arm at one point. Like the second half. of the fight. It was crazy.
He only had one
Or
arm
did
at
he
that point.
only had one arm? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because he lost it with I think he lost it in the Aizen battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I
He has
think
like 4 powers or like 4 like
yeah, it was
tiers
like
or something.
yeah.
Each direction was something different. and
Yes,
that was really
that
cool.
was the coolest, and it sucked because that was like we got to see most of it at this point. I remember in the manga, this was the coolest part because usually he's just always like the badass whole man, right? But then here it's like, oh, everything.
He actually uses his powers.
Yeah. But I think the big thing was, I think the best part about the anime adaptation is not like seeing it all in the manga panels were like, it was already like crazy to read, right?
Oh,
But I think what added to it was the voice acting, the music, the motion, like everything just made everything feel more sad.
Intense, I think, and
intense.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the history behind everyone, I thought that was the most interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because everyone's so connected, especially in Soul Society.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so interconnected and crazy how everyone who like invaded was originally part of it, or at least the main guy was. I forgot his name because I'm bad at names.
You mean the Quincy guy, or do you mean
Yeah,
sorry.
the Quincy guy. What's his name? Yurachi?
Dude, I don't
No.
know.
Hirachi?
Yuwak? I don't know.
Yuwachi?
I kept, dude. I remember reading it. I was like, I remember reading it. I was like, I don't know how they're gonna even say it because I don't know.
Yeah.
They think
Same.
he tried to. I think at one of the end of the chapters, they tried to spell it out in a sense.
Like enunciate, like
the
spelling.
enunciation.
Yeah. No, it
But
didn't work out. It
no.
didn't help. Didn't help my monkey brain whatsoever.
My goblin brain couldn't handle it.
Yeah, same. It still can't.
What was your? Do you remember most of the fights?
Yeah.
Do you have a
I
favorite?
think
Or favorite
I
moment?
think my favorite one would be Ichigo saving, like Ichigo like coming in and like saving Soul Society.
Like
Because
at the very
everyone was
beginning?
like at the
Like
very end or the
when
second
he
half.
sorry,
basically.
second half when he broke through
Yeah.
his
When
prison.
he
right?
broke through, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was like, I think that's a defining moment because that's people always like analyze this like the big 3 goals, because they're always like, oh, everyone has a goal, like every MC has a goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ichigo's is that when you go back and look at it, it's just to save Soul Society because someone asked him to save Soul Society, so that's his goal. It's not even for himself; it's for other people.
No.
I think that's why Ichigo's like one of those like really unique like main characters. But yeah, I think
being
him
OP.
saving that too. But I think him saving or like coming in, breaking the box from that one guy.
Yeah.
Because everyone knew what his soul was. They were like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
I think his is my favorite.
Nice.
I don't know if I feel like you have a favorite, and you might be talking about it next. Favorite
Fight? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, Yamamoto, 100%.
That
Like that was
all the way through.
100%. Like, yeah, no, that was the one I actually was waiting to see animated for like years.
Yeah.
That was the part I was like,
That was
dude,
the
this
one?
was insane. Because I remember seeing the panels, I was like, dude, this is so cool. Holy shit.
My second favorite is the Kenpachi one.
Ooh, like one-
Kenpachi and
versus
Urahara.
Urahara?
Yeah, Urahara.
Dude.
She's fucking crazy.
I remember that twist, but I remember reading that twist and I just forgot when it was revealed that she was a part of the original.
Yeah, she's nuts. Crazy.
The irony that she's like the medic division.
Yes, but she loves killing people.
Yeah.
I was just
weird.
like, oh my god.
Yeah. But it's crazy
And how
'cause
she
was
met
the original,
Kenpachi.
because she was the original
was
Kenpachi,
Yeah,
and you start learning. Oh, that's a title, straight up.
straight up a title.
Because you thought it was just a description of like Zaraki, but
No, it's
like straight up a title.
literally a
Because
title.
like that's because it was fun for me to watch my wife's reaction, if anything, just to see how like all these twists happening.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? So I was gonna ask, this is also kind of both. How did you see the twist coming? How everyone is literally connected? You know, you mentioned earlier how all things are connected, right? Did you? This is hard to ask because you already read it. We both have read this already.
We both have read it. Yeah. Yeah.
But as like we watched it again, I was reminded like of this twist. So essentially, Ichigo, there's a reason he's OP.
Yes, there is.
It's a weird. Yeah. It was weird reading it, but like it was as I was reminded, it was like kind of cool to see how it was just cool to see how everything's. Essentially, they revealed his mom, or they showed his mom. They actually showed the backstory of how
what happened to his mom
and what happened to his mom and how his mom and dad met. His
dad's just juicy thick. That's all I've got to say.
I agree though, 100%. I can see one.
Thick man.
But because I always like seeing how people react to that. And when you first read that, did that just like I guess I just never, when I read it and watched it, I just never connected or assumed that his mom would have powers.
I didn't
or Quincy
realize it. I didn't realize it, honestly, because I think he dropped it so subtly that it never really, like, I never really thought about how his mom sacrificed herself. I was like, oh, it was just like an accident, because it was like a rainy night when that happened. But yeah, they explained her backstory, like how she came about. Yeah. And
how she was kind of like the black sheep of the family.
Yeah, she was, and she was supposed to marry what's his name's dad?
Ishida's dad.
Ishida's dad, yeah, who's also a hunk. Family.
He was really cool back. It was funny how
glasses.
He's so cold when it comes to Ishida, but then you like see how he is when he was younger. And it's just fun to see like how people were back then versus now, which I think is this entire arc.
Oh, this entire arc.
This entire arc is essentially past versus present, and because everyone's past will catch up and such.
Yeah, and that was one of the titles too, I think. Past something.
Oh, really?
Maybe? No, it's not. No. It isn't. No, yeah, his history of his powers when it was revealed is super interesting, because when he fights that one guy, and like he was, I was like, I'm not gonna start saying it because we're just gonna butcher it. Yep. He was like trying to slice his head off essentially, and so his sword catches on Ichigo's neck. I was like, this man's head's gonna slice right off and we're not gonna have a main character anymore. But like it got stopped because the Quincy power was like activated, basically.
Yes.
And so it's just like, oh, he didn't cut off. So I think I thought it was a surprise still, because I didn't know how they were going to pull that in, especially in the first season when you're setting everything up again. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah. And the backstory of Ichigo's power too, because that's connected as well, which we'll probably get into like another. You're probably gonna segue right into it.
That was the next part. Like. Literally gonna be the second. That was it. Yeah.
No, but it's like we've both said, everything's connected some way, somehow, in the past with the parents and also like with the kids now. And it's kind of like irony that everyone like has like a grudge between each other for some strange reason.
Or it explains why people interacted the way they did.
Yes, early on in the series, yeah.
Because you could tell like early on, you're like, oh yeah, there's like some beef and all that, blah blah blah. This makes sense. And then
which is nonsense. I feel like it's nonsense.
Yeah.
Beef.
And they already kind of show it back then too, like with certain like captains, right? Because it's always about I think that's the thing with Bleach. Why I liked it so much was the generational trauma is real.
Yes, it is. It is.
But yes, we're gonna. So I think the biggest twist out of this series, because it keeps going,
It keeps going.
is
Right
that
to the end.
yes,
Even.
essentially. Okay, because so the first part is essentially the, I forget what they're called, Steinritters or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like essentially, the Quincy invade because they declare war and they killed. They killed off so many people. We could go down the list, right?
There's a big
Because
list.
finally they started killing off people.
Thank God.
Not saying that I wanted it, but it just impact.
I
is
did.
Important. Impact is
I was
important.
like, people need to die. I need to cry.
Where was it going with this?
Parts.
Oh yeah, first part was
one?
essentially the invasion, and then Soul Society's in shambles because they're like, oh wow, we just went through so much shit.
Yeah.
Because the Sign Ritters, there's like what? It's interesting because they had their own captain system,
Yeah.
but it's based off letters versus numbers.
Yep.
So I thought that was cool in and of itself. But essentially after that, Ichigo's got to get stronger again. No shit.
He's got to train.
He's got to train, but his Bankai is broken. Not his Zanpakuto, but his Bankai is broken.
Bankai. His sword.
So now they gotta meet Zero Squad. So this to me is like the second half.
Right? Oh no, it is. Yeah.
Second half of the season where they essentially get stronger, blah. They delve into the backstory more because the whole thing is, why does Ichigo? They're like, Ichigo's not actually a Shinigami, but why does he have this power? Blah blah blah. It's because he's a mix between both. We talked about this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest freaking twist is that we thought Zangetsu. Well, no, they actually alluded to it, but we thought Zangetsu was the old guy. But then you start realizing, wait, that guy looks familiar. Why does he look familiar?
He's looking a little too familiar.
And then you start realizing what's his face? I can't say it. He's the main. I don't think so.
I don't know. The main Quincy guy.
Big bad Quincy man.
The big bad Quincy man. I don't know how to say his name.
You realize it's the same dude. And it's actually an essence of him.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to take over or he was supposed to take power or something, but Ichigo has been drawing off of his power versus his actual
like hollow power.
Which is also crazy to think of why it's happened. Dude, because his mom had it.
Mm-hmm.
They explain so much of why things happen the way they are. Like, Ichigo is actually just the birth of like being OP.
Yeah, he is.
Because his mom got affected by the hollow thing,
yeah.
or the one hollow, but then his dad's also a Shinigami, and it's just they finally.
And
answer
then his
everything.
mom's a Quincy, and the mixture.
Yes.
A mixture of an OP MC.
I think so. All in all, this was just building up on reveal upon reveal upon reveal, and I think that's what's fun about this season.
Oh yeah.
Because they didn't chill; they kept going.
No, it was like a slap in the face
Non-stop.
every week.
Non-stop. It was beautiful.
Non-stop.
But yeah, that was like the biggest twist. Was the sword was always, or his Zanpakuto was always on Getsu, but not the right Zangetsu.
Yeah, the wrong one.
Even though we thought, as an early viewer, you're like, oh yeah, that's the bad one because that's the hollow.
Yeah.
He's bad. No, that's the real one.
It's the real one.
But he said it too.
But the reveal was so cool, like just the way, cause one of the Zero Squad guys, he's like, oh, like I have the power to remake it. You just have to pull it out for yourself, right? So he went on this whole journey. Ichigo did, and they had like this whole room and everything, and the Zero Squad guy, he has like. Yeah, the Afro dude. He has like a squad within himself, like to help build this, right? Because he can't do it on his own.
Yeah.
But I think Ichigo's like the unique one because he got to touch his sword, like his weapons, on his own, and basically like dry out the lake that he was in.
Yep.
When he was finished, and I was just like, oh my god. Can Ichigo get any more powerful than...
No, I think the coolest part was like, you know how like you have to, what was it? You had something about the Zanpakuto, you had to essentially be in line with it or something, like, but he was able to like draw it out and make all of them like kneel, and I was like, dude, that's insane. That was a cool part too, actually.
That was really cool.
I think this whole season was fun. I think this is the best season we've had. Honestly, it's been a while, so it's easy to say this.
Yeah.
But I think they finally
You think they finally
they modernized.
caught on?
I think they no. I think it's not really caught on. I think it's modern anime where it's the difference between the weekly versions of it is that it can actually be focused for once.
And they follow the 12 to 13 episode rule. Mm-hmm. And they did just fine, I think.
I think the pacing was for once really good. I was always like wanting more.
I think the advantage is that the manga's ended.
Yes,
and
so
Kubo can like loop it, like tie in all the loops and stuff like the way he wants it, because he said that it was rushed.
Yeah. He said it was rushed because he wanted to get as much as he could.
Yeah, all the info packed in like what,
so
500
much.
chapters or something.
It was so
something
much
crazy. Yeah.
It took so long.
It did.
But I think they were able to like condense it really well and get all the main points across.
Oh yeah, 100%.
There's so much like this is like it's hard to say like this is more of like a reaction than a review, but I think it was really good and I really can't wait for more. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. I kind of just wanted to talk about like the big all the twists, because that's really what this season was
what this season was.
Twist, reveal upon twist. Like it just kept building up to the big one of the season. So
there's even a twist at the end.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's it. Just kept going, and I think that's what's great about this arc is they pull hit from history, but they still push the plot forward.
Oh yeah, it was nice to see Renji again. My boy Renji.
Who are you most excited to see? Really, like the last question is more fun. Like, who were you excited to see more at the end? Do you have like a group of characters that oh yes, finally they're back.
Oh yeah, Renji. The guy with the 69 tattoo. Oh, he's one of my favorite lieutenants.
Oh, that guy. The one with the scythe thing.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Honestly.
The big booby girl. I always forget what her name is. Also a lieutenant. Yeah.
Me too. Same.
And her captain.
Oh,
love him.
Tsugaya. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how he lost his powers. Yeah.
Yeah, but he gets a real good glow up. So that's all I'll say.
That's a spoiler on a spoiler.
That's all I'll say. No, yeah.
Actually, no. They showed it in the trailer. No, it's in the trailer.
They showed it in the trailer, so it's okay to say. Oops.
Yeah, you're right.
But Renji, I think I've missed seeing Renji. His ass gets whipped almost every fight, but he's still my boy.
He's still. Yes, Matsumoto was one.
I wonder why.
Orihime. Nice.
Oh,
yeah. Nice to see.
I feel like the racks got bigger. The boobs definitely got bigger.
One other twist at the end. I only remember this because of her too. Kaku, Shiba, and Ganju. They were shown at the end too. They even mentioned how they're like, oh, they sent him back because Uncle, Ichigo's dad. So that's relations there too. And I don't know if they said uncle like literally, but it could have just been like a relation type thing.
Yeah.
Or like I forget what it's called. Honorific. But that was a weird thing. That was a weird quick thing they dropped as well.
Oh yeah.
It's nice seeing them back too.
That was very nice.
Big boobs.
You liked the boobs, I know you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh no, what you're talking about.
No, I can't wait for Hitsugaya though to see more of it. He's nerfed right now, but I want to see more.
For now.
Two people I didn't get to see. Yorichi was missing.
Yeah.
So waiting for that. She's trending on TikTok.
She's trending on TikTok. Yeah. I wonder
why. For one panel.
Oh God, I know.
Oh, you're on that one too.
Yeah, I am.
And then the one girl in the Steinritter, they kind of showed her, but I wanted to see more of her. It was the one girl that was fighting. I think the dog captain.
The dog. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be that. I was like, she had ponytails, didn't she?
No. In this one, she did not. No.
Yeah. No, I thought she did.
There's a different one that does have that too, but.
Oh, okay. I think she was fighting Rukia.
Oh, maybe it was
Another one.
Rukia. I forget.
Yeah.
I forget what letter she is. Hold
Yeah,
on.
me too.
I think she's E. She's E. The bomb girl.
The bomb girl. Yeah.
She's fun.
No. Yeah, this season was really good. Would recommend. Watch the
100%.
whole series, and then
Yeah, if you need to just rewatch the whole series, go
just
for it.
rewatch the whole series. Yeah, go ahead.
Veronica did it.
I did it. In
Well,
2 weeks.
yeah, I was gonna say in 2 weeks, but you're a psychopath.
Yeah. No, I really
All right,
am.
but that's all I have to gush about. Unless you want to
Me
add
too.
something else. Oh, cool.
Nothing else.
Then
We're just really bad at names. So the next 3 seasons,
It
we're
didn't
gonna
help that the Steinritter's names are even worse,
because they're Germans.
and I'm bad with
They're Germans.
pronunciation.
And I can't speak German.
I already can't remember names. I gotta.
I already can't remember Japanese names. He expects me to remember German names.
On that note, I'm gonna close it out. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and Facebook at NgoVo Convo and NgoVo Convo. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and notification bell to get updates for when we upload. And subscribe. All those buttons are right below Veronica. So
Yeah.
click them all.
Click them all.
Easy.
Easy.
But let us know how we're doing, what you want to see next. If we forgot something,
If you want to fix our how we say anything, you go right ahead.
go ahead.
Tell us.
Tell us in the comments. Let me try to read it.
Yeah.
It's pain. But on that note, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.